was dead to begin with. There is no doubt whatsoever about that. The register of his death was signed by the clergyman, the clerk, the undertaker, and his chief mourner. Scrooge signed it, and Scrooge's name was good upon anything he put his name to. Old Marley was as dead as a doornail. Scrooge knew he was dead? Of course. How could it be otherwise? Scrooge and Marley were partners for I don't know how many years. Scrooge was the sole executor, sole assign, sole residuary legatee, sole friend, sole mourner, and even Scrooge was not so terribly cut up about the sad event. There is no doubt that Marley was dead. This must be distinctly understood, or nothing wonderful can come from the story I'm about to tell. Scrooge never painted out Marley's name. There stood years afterwards, Scrooge and Marley. He was a tight-fisted, hand with the grindstone Scrooge, a squeezing, wrenching, grasping, covetous old sinner, as hard and sharp as flint, for which no steel ever struck out generous fire. No wind that blew was bitterer than he, no falling snow was more intent upon its purpose, no pelting rain less open to entreaty. Foul weather didn't know where to have him. The heaviest rain, snow, hail, sleet could boast the advantage over him in only one respect. They often came handsomely, and Scrooge never did. Once upon a time, of all good days of the year, on Christmas Eve, old Scrooge sat busy in his counting house. It was cold, late, biting weather, and foggy withal. The city clocks had just gone 3, but it had not been light all day, and it was quite dark already.
Merry Christmas, Uncle. God save you.
Bah, humbug.
Christmas, humbug, Uncle. You don't mean that, I'm sure.
I do. Merry Christmas. What reason have you to be merry? You're poor enough.
Come then, what reason have you to be morose? You're rich enough.
Bah, humbug.
Don't be cross, Uncle.
What else can I be when I live in such a world as this? If I could work my will, every idiot who goes about with Merry Christmas on their lips should be boiled in their own pudding and buried with a stake of holly through their hearts. They should.
Uncle!
Niece, keep Christmas in your way and let me keep it in mine.
Keep it, but you don't.
Let me leave it alone then. What good has it ever done you?
Well, there are many things from which I have derived good, by which I have not profited, I dare say. I come to think of Christmas time when it comes around. Apart from its veneration due to its sacred name and origin, if anything belonging to it can be apart from that, as a good time, a kind, charitable, forgiving, pleasant time. The only time I know of in the long calendar of the year, where people seem by one consent or another to open up their shut-up hearts freely, and to think of each other as if we really are fellow passengers to the grave, and not bound on our own journeys. Therefore, Uncle, though it has never put a scrap of silver or gold in my pocket, I believe that it has done me good, and it will do me good. God bless it.
Let me hear another sound from you, and you'll keep Christmas by losing your situation. You're quite a powerful speaker. It's a wonder you don't go into politics.
Don't be angry, Uncle. Come dine with us tomorrow.
Oh, I'd sooner see you in the...
Hello?
Well, I am sorry, Uncle, to see you so resolute, but I'll keep my Christmas humor to the last. Merry Christmas to you, Uncle.
Good afternoon.
And a Happy New Year.
Good afternoon.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Scrooge and Marley, I believe. Have I the pleasure of addressing Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley?
Mr. Marley has been dead these 7 years. He died 7 years ago this very night.
Well, I'm sure his liberality is well represented in his surviving partner. As his festive season of the year, it is more than usually desirable that we make some slight provision for the poor and destitute, who suffer greatly. Many thousands are in want of common necessities, many hundreds of thousands are in want of common comforts.
Are there no prisons?
Plenty.
And the workhouse is still in full operation?
They are, though I wish I could say they were not.
The treadmill and the poor law in full vigor then?
Both very busy.
Oh, I was afraid from what you said at first. Something had been done to disturb them from their useful course. I am very glad to hear otherwise.
Well, under the impression that they scarcely furnish Christian cheer of mind or body, a few of us are endeavoring to raise a fund to purchase the poor some meat and drink and means of warmth. We chose this time because it is a time above all others when want is keenly felt, and abundance rejoices. What shall I put you down for?
Nothing.
Oh, you should remain anonymous.
I wish to be left alone. Since you ask me what I wish, that is my answer. I don't make merry at Christmas, and I can't afford to make idle people merry. If they are in need, they should go into the workhouses and be done with it.
Many can't go there, and many would rather die.
If they would rather die, then they better do it and decrease the surplus population.
This is something you might know.
Yes, it is not my business, and it is not my business to keep track of other people's. So it is a good afternoon to you, sir.
God rest ye merry gentlemen.
Up there!
Nothing.
You want the whole day tomorrow, I suppose.
If quite convenient, sir.
It certainly is not. If I was to stop half a crown for it, you'd think yourself ill-used. But you don't think me ill-used, you pay a day's wages for no work.
It's only once a year, sir.
It is a poor excuse for picking people's pockets every 25th of December. I suppose you should have the whole day, but be here all the earlier the next morning.
I surely will be.
with me?
Much.
Who are you?
Ask me who I was.
Who were you then?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
Can you sit down?
I can.
Do it then.
You don't believe in me.
I don't.
What evidence of my reality would you have beyond that of your senses?
I don't know.
Why do you doubt your senses?
Because a little thing affects them. A slight disorder of the stomach makes them cheats. You might be of underdone potato, a plot of mustard, a crumb of cheese, an undigested bit of beef. For whatever it is, there's certainly more gravy about you than of brave, whoever you are. Mercy! Dreadful apparition! Why do you trouble me?
Man of the worldly minds, do you believe in me or not?
I do, but why have you come?
It is required of every man that the spirit within him should walk abroad amongst his fellows. And if that spirit goes not forth in life, it is condemned to do so after death. It is doomed to wander the earth and witness what it cannot share, but might have shared and turn to happiness. Oh, woe is me.
Tell me, why are you bound in chains?
I wear the chain I forged in life. I made it, link by link, and yard by yard. Is its pattern strange to you? Or would you know the length and weight of the strong coil you bear yourself? It was as full, as long, and as heavy as this 7 Christmases ago, and you have labored on it since. It is a ponderous chain.
Speak comfort to me, Jacob.
I have none to give. It comes from other regions and is delivered by other ministers for the kinds of people. I cannot rest. I cannot linger anywhere. My spirit never walked beyond our counting house, and so weary journeys lie before me.
You must have been very slow about it.
Slow!
7 years dead and traveling all the time?
The whole time. No rest, no peace, incessant torture of remorse.
You might have covered a great quantity of ground in 7 years.
So, captive bound and double-ironed, not to know that ages of incessant labor by immortal creatures, for this world must pass into eternity before the good of which it is susceptible is all developed. Not to know that any Christian spirit working kindly in its little sphere, whatever it may be, will find its mortal life too short for its vast means of usefulness. Not to know that no space of regret can make amends for one life's opportunity misused. Yet such was I. Oh, such was I.
You were always a good businessman, Jacob.
Business! Mankind was my business. The common welfare was my business. Charity, mercy, forbearance, and benevolence were all my business. At this time of year I suffer most. Why did I walk through crowds of my fellows with my eyes cast down and never once turn them to that blessed star which led the wise men to a poor abode? Was there no poor home to which its light might have conducted me? Hear me, my time is nearly gone.
I will, but don't be hard upon me. Don't be flowery, Jacob, pray.
How I come before you in a form that you can see, I do not know. I have sat invisible beside you many and many a day. That is no light part of my penance. I have come here to warn you that you may yet have a chance and hope of escaping the path that I tread. A chance and a hope of my procuring, Ebenezer.
You're always a good friend to me, thank you.
You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
I think I'd rather not.
Without their visits, you cannot hope to shun the path that I tread. Expect the first tomorrow, when the bell tolls 1.
Couldn't I take them all at once and have it over with Jacob?
Expect the second on the next night, at the same hour. The third, the following night, when the last stroke of 12 has ceased to vibrate. Look to see me no more, and look that for your own sake, you remember what has passed between us.
Look. Why, it isn't possible that I could have slept through a whole night and into another day. Why, it isn't possible that this could be 12 at noon and something has happened to the sun. Quarter past. Half past. A quarter to it. The hour itself. And nothing else. Are you the spirit whose coming was foretold to me?
Indeed, I am the spirit of Christmas past,
A long past?
your past.
Would you mind?
Were you so soon cut off with worldly hands the light I give? Then not enough. You are one of those whose passion made this cap and forced me to wear it for trains of years low upon my brow.
I meant no offense, spirit. I'm only mortal, and I'm liable to fall.
Bear a touch of my hand here, and you shall be uplifted in more than this.
I was a boy here.
Yes, there was a boy, solitary child, whose friends neglected him. There one sat, still.
Why, it's good old honest Alibaba. Yes, I know. One Christmas time on yonder solitary was here all by himself. He did come for the first time, just like that. Poor child. And Valentine, as well, Brother Orson. There they go. And there's the parrot. Oh, a green body with a yellow tail and a thing like a lettuce growing out of the top of its head. Poor Robin Crusoe, he called him after he'd come from sailing round the island. Poor Robin Crusoe, where have you been, Robin Crusoe? The man thought he was dreaming, but he wasn't. It was the parrot, you know. Oh, and there goes Friday, running for his life to the little creek. Hello! Oh, hello! Oh boy. I wish, but it's too late.
What is the matter?
Oh, there was a child singing a Christmas carol at my door last night. I wish I could have given him something is all.
Let us see another Christmas.
Dear, dear brother, sending a home.
Home, little fan?
Home for good and all. Home forever and ever. Father is so much kinder than he used to be. I was not afraid to ask him once more if he might come home. He said yes. He sent me to go screen you. We're to get together all Christmas long and have the merriest time of all.
Always a delicate creature. A breath might have withered. But she died a woman and had a child of her own.
My niece, Winifred. Oh, wait, it's Fezziwig! Bless his heart, Fezziwig alive again!
Yo ho, Ebenezer! No more work today. It's Christmas. Let's have lots of room here. Welcome.
A small matter to fill these silly folk with such gratitude.
Small?
Why is it not? He has spent but little, a few pounds of your mortal money, 3 or 4 perhaps. Is that so much that he deserved this praise?
It isn't that, Spirit. He has the power to render us happy or unhappy, to make our service light or burdensome, a pleasure or toil, save that its power lies in looks and in things so small and insignificant, it's impossible to add and count them up. What then? The happiness he gives is as much as it costs a small fortune.
What is the matter?
Just wish I could say a few words to my clerk just now, that's all.
My time is short.
It matters little. To you, very little. Another idol has displaced me. And if it can cheer and comfort you in times to come, as I would have tried to do, I have no just cause to grieve.
What idol has displaced you?
A golden one.
This is the even-handed dealing of the world. There is nothing upon it which it is so hard as poverty, and there is nothing it professes to condemn with such severity as the pursuit of wealth.
You fear the world too much. All your other hopes have merged into the hope of being beyond the chance of its sordid reproach. I have seen your nobler aspirations fall off one by one, till the master passion gain engrosses you. Have I not?
What then? Even if I have grown so much wiser, what then? I'm not changed toward you, am I?
Our contract is an old one. 'Twas made when we were both poor and content to be so. Until in good season we can improve our worldly fortune by our patient industry. You are changed. When it was made, you were another man.
I was a boy.
Your own feeling tells you that you were not what you are. I am. That which promised happiness when we were one in heart is fraught with misery now that we are two. How often and how keenly I have thought of this, I will not say. It is enough that I have thought of it and can release you.
Have I ever sought release?
In words, no.
In what then?
In a changed nature, in an altered spirit, in everything that made my love of any worth or value in your sight. If this had never been between us, tell me, would you seek me and try to win me now? No.
You think not?
I would gladly think otherwise if I could, heaven knows. But if you were free today, tomorrow, yesterday, can I even believe that you would choose a dowerless girl? Or in choosing her, if for a moment you were false enough to your one guiding principle to do so? Do I not know that your repentance and regret would surely follow? I do, and I release you. You may. The memory of what is past half makes me hope you will have pain in this. A very, very brief time, and you will dismiss the recollection of it gladly, as an unprofitable dream, from which it happens well that you awoke. May you be happy in the life you have chosen.
So, show me no more, spirit, and conduct me home. Why do you like to torture me?
One shadow more.
No, no more.
Dale, I saw a little friend of yours this afternoon.
Who was
and as it was not shut up and he had a candle inside, I could scarcely help seeing him. His partner lies upon the point of death, I hear, and there he sat alone. Quite alone in the world, I do believe.
Oh, Spirit, show me no more, conduct me home. Why do you insist on showing me this? Haunt me no longer, Spirit.
I've told you, these are shadows of things which have been. Since they are what they are, do not blame me.
No, haunt me no longer. Nothing. I was ready for a good broad field of strange appearances, but I was not by any means prepared for nothing.
Come in, and know me better, man. I am the ghost of Christmas present. Look upon me. Haven't you ever ventured forth with any of my elder siblings?
No, I'm afraid I have not. Have you many siblings, Spirit?
Over 1,800.
Oh, Spirit, conduct me where you will. Last night I went forth and learned a lesson which is working now. If you have aught to teach me, let me profit by it.
Touch my robe.
Watch it! It's a shame to quarrel on Christmas Day.
God love it, so it is.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas.
Spirit, is there a peculiar flavor that you sprinkle from your torch?
There is, yes.
And would it apply to any dinner given on this day?
Any dinner kindly given. And a poor one most.
But why to a poor one most?
Because it needs it most.
Spirit, I wonder why you, of all the beings in the many worlds about us, should choose to crack these people's opportunities for innocent enjoyment. You would deprive them of their means of dining every seventh day. Often the only day on which it said that they can't dine at all. You wish to close these places on the seventh day? Forgive me if I'm wrong, but it has been done in your name, or at least in that of your family.
And there are some upon this earth of yours. They lay claim to know us. They do their deeds of passion, pride, ill will, hatred, envy, bigotry, selfishness in our name. I assure you, they are as strange to us and all our kith and kin as though they had never lived. Remember that, and charge their doings onto themselves, not us.
My dear family. Why, where's Martha? Not coming. Not coming on Christmas Day.
Oh, Father, I don't like to see you disappointed. Even if it were just a joke.
Oh, go and wash up now, Tim. It's time to eat. How's Tim?
As good as gold and better. Strong and hardy. Never have I seen such a goose as small. Merry Christmas to us all. God bless us.
God
bless us. God bless us, everyone.
Spirit, tell me, will Tiny Jim live?
I see an empty space at this table. A crush without an owner, carefully preserved. Should these shadows remain unaltered by the future, the child will die.
Oh no, kind spirit. Say that he will be spared.
If these shadows remain unaltered, none other of my race will find him here. Ah, but if he is like to die, I suppose you'd better hurry up and get it on, eh? And decrease this surplus population. Ah, man, if your heart not be of adamant, forego that wicked cant until you've discovered what the surplus is and where it is. Are you to decide who shall live and who shall die? It may be that in the eyes of heaven, you are more worthless and less fit to live than millions, like that poor man's child. Oh, God, to hear the insect on the leaf complaining of the too much life amongst its kin in the dust.
To Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
Founder of the feast, indeed. I wish I had him here to give him a piece of my mind to feast upon, and hope he'd have a good appetite for it.
My dear, it's Christmas Day.
It should be Christmas Day, I am sure, when one drinks the health of such an odious, stingy, hard, unfeeling man as Mr. Scrooge. You know he is, Robert. Nobody knows him better than you do. Poor fellow.
My dear, the children, it's Christmas Day.
I'll drink to his health for your sake and the day's, not for his. Long life to him. A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. He'll be very merry and very happy, I have no doubt.
He said that Christmas was a humbug, and he meant it too. He's a comical old fellow, that's for sure, and not as pleasant as he might be. However, his offenses carry their own punishment, and I have nothing to say against him.
Well, tell me he's very rich.
Oh, what of that, my dear? His money is of no use to him. He doesn't do any good with it. He doesn't make himself comfortable with it. He hasn't the satisfaction of thinking he's ever going to benefit us with it.
Honestly, I have no patience with him.
Oh, I have. I couldn't be angry with him if I tried. Who suffers by his ill whims? Himself, always. The consequence of him not making merry with us, of taking a dislike to us, is that he loses out on some pleasant memories, which could do him no harm. I'm sure he loses pleasanter companions than he could find in his own thoughts, in his dusty chamber, or in his old office. I mean to give him the same chance every year, for I pity him. He may rail at Christmas till he dies, but he can't help but think better of it if he finds me going there, year after year, and saying, "Uncle Scrooge, how are you? I think I shook him today." Well, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to the old man, whatever it is. He wouldn't have it from me, but he shall have it nonetheless. Uncle Scrooge.
Spirit, your hair is gray. Are spirits' lives so short?
My time on this globe is short indeed. It ends tonight at midnight. Hark! The hour draws near.
Spirit, forgive me if I'm not justified in what I ask, but there appears to be something not belonging to yourself protruding from your skirts. Is it a foot or a claw?
It may be a claw for the flesh upon it. Look! Look here! Look down here!
Are they yours?
They are man's. They are the children of all who walk the world unseen. They cling to me, peeling from their parents. This boy is ignorance, and this girl is want. Beware of them in all their degree, but most of all, beware this boy, for I see upon his brow which is written, Doom, lest the writing be erased. Well, deny it, yes? Slander those who tell it ye. Admit it for your factious purposes, and make it the worse, and you bide the end.
Have they no refuge or resource?
Are there no workhouses?
Oh.
Are there no prisons?
Am I in the presence of the ghost of Christmas yet to come? You are about to show me shadows of things that have not happened but will happen in the days before us. Is that so, Spirit? Ghost of the future, I fear you more than any specter I have seen, as I know your purpose is to do me good, and as I hope to be another man from what I was. I am prepared to bear you company, and do so with a thankful heart. Will you not speak to me? Lead on, Spirit. The night is waning fast, and it is precious time to me, I know.
When did he die?
Just last night.
What was the matter? I thought he'd never die.
Oh, God knows.
What do you think he's done with his money?
I haven't heard. He hasn't left it to me, that's all I know. It's likely to be a very cheap funeral, for I don't know of anybody to go to. Suppose we make up a party and volunteer.
Well, I wouldn't mind attending, if lunch is provided.
Well, I am the most disinterested after all, for I never wear black gloves and I never eat lunch. But I will offer to go if anyone else will. When I come to think of it, I'm not at all sure I was not his most particular friend. We used to often stop and speak whenever we met.
Spirit, this is a fearful place. In leaving it, I will not forget its lessons. Let us go. I understand you, Spirit, and I would do it if I could, but I have not the power. Oh, Spirit, show me some tenderness connected to a death, or this dark chamber will be forever present to me.
He seems to have walked a little more slowly these past few evenings than he used to. I have known him to walk very fast indeed. I have known him to walk very fast with Tiny Tim upon his shoulder. But he was very light and easy to carry, and his father loved him so that it was no trouble. Oh. You went today then?
Yes, my dear. I wish you could have come. It would have done you good to see how green a place it is. But we'll go often. I told him that we would go there on a Sunday.
Poor child.
I met with Mr. Scrooge's niece on the street. She saw me and asked what was wrong. She's such a kind, gentle lady. So I told her. She said she was heartily sorry. And for my good wife. How she knew that, I don't know.
What, dear?
Why, that you're a good wife.
Everybody knows that.
She gave me her card, said if she could be of any assistance, that pray come to her. It was as if she knew Tiny Tim and felt with us.
I'm sure she's a good soul.
I would not be surprised at all if she found us a better position, but there's plenty of time for that. However, and whenever any of us part, I'm sure that none of us will forget poor Tiny Tim. Shall we?
Never, dear.
Spirit, I fear our parting moment is at hand. I know it, but I know not how. Tell me, who was that man whom we saw lying on the bed? is where my place of occupation is. I see the house. Let me behold what I will be in days to come. Before I draw near to the stone to which you point, answer me one question. Are these shadows of things that will be or may be only? Men's courses will foreshadow certain ends to which, if preserved, they will lead. But if the courses be departed from, the ends will change. Say it is thus with what you show me. Oh, Spirit, am I the man who lay upon the bed? Spirit, why show me this when I am past all hope? Oh, Spirit, assure me that I may change my life with altered case. Please, I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all year. I am not the man I was. Oh, Spirit, let me sponge away the writing on this stone. Oh, Jacob, Molly, heaven and this Christmas time be praised. The shadows that would have been will be dispelled, and they will be. Oh, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everyone. I don't know what day it is. What day is it? What day is it, my fine fellow?
Why, it's Christmas Day!
It's Christmas. I haven't missed it. The spirits have done it all in one night. Do you know the poulter on the next street by the corner?
I hope so.
Do you know if they've sold the prize turkey that was hanging up there?
It's still making your nap.
Go and buy it and tell them to bring it here, and I'll give you directions where to take it. And I'll give you a shilling. Come back in less than 5 minutes, and I'll give you half a crown. I shall send it to Bob Cratchit, and he shan't know who sent it. day to you, sir. I hope you succeeded. Yesterday it was very kind of you. And Merry Christmas to you, sir.
Mr. Scrooge?
Yes, that is my name. I'm afraid it's not pleasant to you. Allow me to ask your pardon.
My dear Mr. Scrooge, are you serious?
Oh, yes, and not a farthing less. A great many back payments are included. Do me that favor, will you?
Mr. Scrooge, I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything. Come and see me, won't you?
I will.
Thank you. A Merry Christmas. Bless you.
Why, Uncle Scrooge, bless my soul!
Winifred, it is I. I've come to dinner.
Hooray!
I'm sorry, sir. I know I'm behind my time.
What do you mean by coming here at this time of day?
It's only once a year. It won't happen again. I was making rather merry yesterday.
I am not going to stand for this sort of thing any longer. Therefore, I'm about to raise your salary and endeavor to assist your family. A Merry Christmas, Bob. A merrier Christmas, my good fellow, than I have given you in many a year.
Mr. Scrooge was better than his word. He did it all and infinitely more. And to Tiny Tim, who did not die, he was like a second father. He was as good a man, as good a master, as the good old world knew. And it was said of him that he was someone who always remembered the meaning of Christmas. May that be said of all of us.
God bless everyone.